Conversation with myself like this better work. That's why I get peace of myself almost every verse. I spent my whole life grinding, I ain't asked for help. I used to starve as a kid, I had to feed myself. Remember all the hard times we kept trying, and we rise and we fall. The times we had to walk, now we stay flying. Now we grind till we ball.
Oh, okay. All right, let's start it off. Welcome to another episode of Artist to Artist podcast at the AB Club. It's your boy Westside, and I got a special guest with me today.
Drikathebaby.
So I want to thank you so much for coming on the platform. Of course, I've been knowing you for some time and watching your process and your growth. So I want to take it back to the beginning, right? So please express the name of your podcast. What is your podcast called?
Table for Two podcast.
Okay. And then tell me how you came up with that idea.
Table for Two. I really honestly don't remember. It was like I came up with the podcast idea when I was like in a very dark place. For some reason, I always come up with my most wittiest things when I'm in a dark space. And I was listening. I was in the dark listening to the song. I can't even remember the name of the song. I'm so sorry. But it was like, can we please just set a table for two or whatever like that. So I just came up with like Table for Two podcast. And then I also knew that I didn't want to like go in my business with nobody. I wanted to be just me. So I figured that I would be doing Table for Two, me and you, like how we doing right now.
Going back to that, right? Okay, so you came up with the idea for the Table for Two podcast, right? So what was your inspiration of wanting to start a podcast, though? Because, like, you know, around that time, exactly when that was, when you started it?
When I actually started a podcast was probably, 2020? During
2020,
the pandemic
yeah.
time? Well, I actually used to have, like, this really big infatuation with Kevin Gates. I always was inspired by Kevin and Drika Gates. I love their relationship. Shout out to them. And I used to watch his podcast, him and Booby Black. I used to watch their podcast all the time while I was at work on my route. I used to sit there and watch their podcast.
Yeah.
And then he used to do these segments where people would call in and he would get them advice. And it was, like, really touching to me because I was, like, I was always a person that people always come to for advice. Like, I'm one that I can give the advice out this world. Can I take it? No. But I could give you some advice out this world. So I was like, I feel like I could do a podcast. And then everybody was doing, at that time, you know, everybody was trying to start businesses and stuff like that. And people were doing hair, makeup. And I'm not that hair makeup girl. I'm a tomboy, you know? So I feel like the podcast was perfect for me because I do have a story to tell. Of course. And I just feel like the podcast was really, 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 like, fit for me.
Okay. All right. So what I remember watching the process, right? You started your podcast, you did a couple of episodes, and you stopped, right? Now, explain to me, like, what happened in that process that made you stop? Because it was a brief period of time before you kicked back into it.
Well, I stopped because I was, like I said, it's like when I go through my most depressive and dark stages is when I really can, like, actually think. But during the course of the time that I stopped, I was in a really bad relationship. I'm talking about abusive physically, mentally. I almost felt like I was losing my mind. Like, it almost got to the point of, like, unaliving. I was in a really, really bad relationship. Then I was working at the post office, as you know, for 9 years, over that probably. And I was in a dark space at the post office. I had lost one of our very close coworkers, Miss Angie.
Yeah.
And people didn't realize, I hate talking about her because I get so emotional. But I was so sad. Like, I used to go to work and be in the bathroom, literally have to go cry right quick. Like, and then come back out the bathroom, go case around. Like, shit was all good. And shit wasn't good. Like, I was so hurt behind that because I had a really, really close relationship with her. I'm not one that had, like, a relationship with my mom. And she was literally like a mom, a auntie, and a big sister. Like, you ever get that feeling where you know a person love you? These days and age, it's hard to really find, like, a person that genuinely love you that's not your kid. You get what I'm saying?
That's true.
So with the relationship with her, it was like I knew she loved me, you know? And it was like for a long time, I didn't feel loved by, you know, I probably would chase men and stuff like that. Even then, I wasn't actually getting love unless it came from, like, my kids. So when she died, I was, like, so depressed about it. Like, that was, like, one of the worst death depressions I had ever had, especially being that she was just calling my phone. I just was at her house, and it's like COVID just took her just like that, you know? We shared birthdays, and it was just, like, so sad for me. So on top of losing her, like, I feel like when I first started it, I was in a good space. And it was doing good when I first started. But then after that, I was going through stuff. I was so unhappy working at the post office, like, genuinely just unhappy outside of dealing with that. I felt like I was only there because it was times I would have a conversation with people like, I want to leave the post office. I want to do something. It's like I always felt deep down inside my calling was so much bigger. But I was in a space where I would just like listen to all the noise around me. So I had my grandma, the family that raised me, they come from lawyers, teachers, everybody got degrees and stuff like that. Yeah. So I listened to them, my uncle, oh, the post office ain't going nowhere, the mail ain't gonna never stop running. That's a good job, keep that, that's a career, you need to stay there. And it was just like, okay, now I'm doing this shit because if I don't work at the post office no more, everybody gonna have the most to say, like, Yeah. So so I'm really fighting in my mind with all that going on, the death of Miss Angie, and then I was in a really bad relationship, like almost like sleeping with the enemy, So it was like the podcast was the least of my worries. I won't know. I couldn't give nobody no advice at that time when I was going through. It wasn't no advice to be given, baby, okay? It was the least of my worries, and that's why the podcast kind of like had got on hold. But honestly, I'm so happy that all that happened and the podcast got on hold because I feel like the new me, like, how they say God will take you through things and to show you and open up you. Like, I feel like all that pain gave me so much wisdom and knowledge and understanding to the point where sometimes it scared me how open, like, my mind is, how wise I am sometimes. So I'm grateful for that, but I had to stop because I couldn't think. Then I had lost everything. The job, the car, the house, everything. Dealing with that, was on the run from the police about something that this dude had did. It was really bad. He was dealing with females that was like calling DCF saying that I was abusing my children. It was bad. Like, yes, it was really bad. So everything had to stop. And like God had to create in me a new person. Like I had to be created a new person so that I could come back like this.
See, I had a conversation with someone, and they was telling me their story, and they was telling me, like, a lot of stuff going on. They had an initial plan on what they wanted to do, and just things just start falling apart. And I had to tell them, I'm like, sometimes when your life feel like it's falling apart, it's actually falling into place because we don't necessarily know what, he got in store for us. For us, it's like, man, I was supposed to get this job. I ain't get it. I had a car. I don't got the car no more. And it's like, sometimes it seems like the whole world's crashing on you. And when you least expect it, everything just turn and show for what it is.
And it's amazing that you said it because that's how I felt. Like, I got a picture in my phone that I always tell my people about that I'm going to blow that picture up and put it in my podcast, actually. It was January 1st this year. I was sitting in the car and I was crying. I'm talking about, like, no lashes, eyebrows bushy, looking like the Bride of Chucky, looking a mess. Yeah. I was crying. And I was so lost. I literally ain't have nothing. I ain't have no car. No job, no place to stay. I'm staying at somebody else's house. I was sleeping in my cousin kid's twin bed. Like, I literally was just broken. And I was in a car crying. I'm like, God, I don't care what it is that got to go. Everything. I had just, like, tried to clear up my name with the police and all that. Stop dealing with dude. And I had just cried. And I was sitting in the car. I was like, God, I don't care what got to go. Everything could go right now. Like, I'm at a point where I give up. Like, I can't take control of nothing. These was my words. Like, I'm like, I can't take control of nothing. Whatever you got for me, you just take control of whatever it is you got for me. That whatever ain't supposed to be around me, take it away from me. Take the taste of men, friends, whatever. Take everything out of my mouth. Take everything away from me. And I went and I sat on the back porch at my grandma's house, and I was watching this sermon by Sarah Jakes Roberts. I can't remember the name. It was when she had the all black on. And I watched it, and I literally heard the voice of God said, "Be yourself," right? Just be yourself. Just be yourself. And at first I fought with it because I'm like, I'm ghetto.
Is they gonna take me as I am?
I said, baby, I'm ghetto, okay? I do a lot of cursing. I got a story to tell, but, I got some stories too, that. And I just heard the voice of God said, be yourself. And I was like, God, how am I gonna be myself? I be cursing, but then I'm looking around like, yeah, I am educated. I do have a degree. I did graduate high school. Like, I have a diploma. I am educated. I do know how to read. I do know how to write. But how am I gonna be myself? Because if I want, because my whole thing was I wanted to be able to tell people about like the goodness of God, but I also want to be able to tell people how I was in the camp of being nasty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's both sides of the spectrum.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got those holier than thou people that be like, well, how you gonna say this and how you gonna say that and how you get what I'm saying? And I heard the good voice of God said, be yourself. That's when I had this revelation that there's nobody on this earth that got a heaven or hell to send me to. Nobody. There's nobody on this earth that got a heaven or a hell to send me to. So once I realized that and I really started being myself, think about it. I really, like, TikTok was a joke for me. I was never intended, like, it wasn't my plan. Like, I didn't journal and plan every day, I'm going to do content this day, what content to do what. TikTok was a joke for me. And I literally didn't do nothing but get on TikTok and be myself. My first video went crazy viral. I was laying in the bed eating prenatal vitamins. And I really was laying in the bed. I just woke up from a nap, laying in the bed eating prenatal vitamins. No job, no car, in somebody else's house, in somebody else's bed, laying in the bed eating prenatal vitamins. And I picked up the camera because I had always said after I heard that voice, I was going to obey it. Now, this was like mid or late January, but January 1st is when I was crying. I was still struggling with like posting content and posting myself and stuff like that, but I was really trying to get back into my YouTube at the time. But I just picked up the camera and said, y'all, I'm so hungry. I'm laying in the bed eating prenatal vitamins. I need my taxes. The video, people started calling me, you on here, you on there, you on Twitter, you on Facebook, you on Instagram platforms that I didn't even have. I'm like, what? After that, I started picking up that camera, and it just has always worked out in my favor. I got videos that's crazy. People see me and really be asking to take a picture. Everywhere I go, somebody know me. Everywhere I go, somebody know me. And it's all from obeying the voice of God, because the only thing I do is be myself. I don't get on the internet. I don't portray to be nobody else. I tell my story and be myself. A lot of people that know me, like you, or people that really know me, when they see me, like my videos and stuff, they be like, it'd be 10 times funnier to them because they know me. So they be like, like I had friends tell me, like, one of my friends I went to school was like, one day I was laying in the bed, I was so high, and I just laid in the bed one night watching all your videos, and I had tears coming out my face because it was like, I be reading the comments and the people be laughing, but the fact that I know you makes it 10 times funnier. Yeah. So I just be being myself.
See, that's the best part about your platform. And like I said, like when I see somebody being successful in their journey, I study it. I like to know, like, okay, why does this work? You know, what's the things that people are gravitating towards? And everything that I seen was just you. Right. I'm like, they like her. It's just her. You get what I'm saying? Right. And that's a beautiful thing because, you know, it's easy to just be you rather than having to put on a persona and be somebody else, which I feel like, you know, nowadays a lot of people doing. You know, they trying to sell this character, this image of who they are, but ain't nothing better than when you could just give people yourself, you know?
Right. And I feel like a lot of people just like that. Like, even growing with my YouTube, I struggled so bad because I was like, you know, I didn't really have the finances at the time to be able to do this and do that. And even with like going to get another podcast studio, I literally be sitting on, I made like $2,000 on YouTube Live, sitting on my grandma's porch just talking to my people.
Oh yeah, I seen the setup.
Yeah, that's the setup. And it made me money, but even outside of it making me money, it built a family for me. Like my YouTube people, that I got this thing I call them my crew. And they are literally like a family to me, to the point where they my friends. Like all my friends that I had in the past, I don't even talk to them, or I don't even do, like, it's like I just shedded skin with everybody. And those are my friends. Them the ones that support me. Them the ones that's making sure I'm on top of my business. Them the ones that make sure they own my lives. That's making sure I'm on live. That's making sure I'm doing my business. And so I sit right on the porch outside my grandma's house, getting bit up by mosquitoes. It's so serious to the point they done brought me those light things to keep the mosquitoes away. They buy me candles, anything that make me sit on that porch. They don't care. So it's like I be battling in my mind by stuff, but when you just really being authentic and just being yourself, people are going to gravitate to you and they're going to support the most. And that's what I love. Like, I just be really being myself, and it's like I could never like not repay God or like mention God in any interview or anything, because I know where it came from. I know what I heard. I know I heard the voice. And at the time I was fasting. So I know for a fact the voice came from God. And it just said, be yourself. And I'm like, be myself. I'm ghetto as hell. I be cursing. I be talking to people, dudes, and I be, you know, I got some things, but guess what? I got on there, story times now, doing good. Like, I just got on there, do my story times, get on live and everything, and I'll just be myself. Same with TikTok, I just be myself, and it's working for me. I got an event coming in December 7th, and everybody that's coming to see me just coming to see me be myself.
Tell me about that event. Give me a little bit of info on that.
So hope to see you there.
Oh,
my
definitely,
event
definitely.
is December 7th in Miami, Florida. My tickets are on sale currently right now. But it's basically I am gonna redo the podcast. Like I'm ready now. So I'm gonna redo the podcast. So this event is gonna be a live podcast, and this is gonna be the first episode. The podcast is coming back in January, but the first episode will be live at this event. Also, I have a clothing line coming out, a pajama clothing line coming out.
Gotta definitely hit the applause on that one.
And so there's gonna be a launching of the clothing line. The clothing line actually gonna be launched in November 1st because November before December, because everybody has to wear my pajamas to the party. It's like a pajama party, Christmas. It's called Drika's Night in the North Pole. And then it's also going to be a meet and greet. So literally everybody who brought tickets right now, I think only one person is from Miami. Everybody the tickets that I done sold so far, they all from out of town. So it's going to be like a meet and greet, but it's going to be very like intimate where I'll be able to be with all my people, take pictures with everybody, be with everybody. It's going to be very intimate and very cool, very cute.
That's dope. Okay. I'll definitely be there. So if you're watching this and you want to see me, I will be there. All right.
You.
So I want to go to the slogan because that's one of the things that caught me when I first started watching your platform. And I'm like, I love that slogan. Tell me about that.
First of all, the slogan is, I'm going to say it because y'all scary and I'm not scary because I can't get no whooping. And can't. But the slogan came, people always ask me where the slogan came from. But honestly, I was saying the slogan for a long time. Like my son Pulu, he always used to tell me like,
oh, shout out to Pulu.
Yeah, shout out to Pulu. He always be like, oh, mommy, you always be saying that. You always be saying that. Ever since, like, I always used to be like, well, I can't get no whooping. When I was a kid, let's take it back to childhood days. I was very rebellious. I was so damn bad.
Yeah.
I was so damn bad, okay? And it's crazy because Pulu just got literally all A's and B's. This kid is in 9th grade.
Oh, shout out to him.
And he in high school. Yeah, he just got all A's and B's on his. And I look at his thing like, damn, like, you really is. Like, you know, shout out to me and his dad for being good parents. But when I was a kid, I was bad as fuck. I used to be so bad, bro. They used to whoop my ass 90 going off, okay? I used to stay getting my ass whooped. I still got marks on my legs from when, like, my auntie them would whoop me, like, with belts and stuff. And, like, the skin, they would, like, beat the damn skin off my leg.
Ain't you glad you ain't go to school in them paddle days? When
Okay.
they were beating them kids in school? You'd have got 2 beats in school and at home.
Right. So they used to be beating me all the time. And it was even to the point where I was getting Baker Act. Because I was so damn bad. If y'all don't know what Baker Act is, it's basically a 72-hour hold in a mental institution. If they feel like you're going to harm somebody else or harm yourself, they place you into this 72-hour hold. You probably never been there.
Nah.
But that was my life. But I got Baker Acted a few times when I was a kid. And I used to always, like, just be in trouble. So when I got older, and I used to, like, be able to say what I want to say and do what I want to do. Like, when I was 18, 19, I used to be like, and people be like, oh, you saying this, you saying, I'm like, I can't get a whooping. I can't get a whooping. So when I got on TikTok, I noticed that the think pieces was a big thing on TikTok. And so when I started doing them, they started, because initially I wasn't saying it at first. Yeah. But when I started doing them, I noticed that a lot of people, when they do their think pieces, they would, like, spare feelings, or they would say something that everybody else already said. Like, it was like a lot of popular TikTokers, they'll be literally repeating what somebody else said in a video. And I've always been different. I always had an eye to see different things. And so when I would do it, I would say, I'm going to say it because y'all scary. You might be scary because, you know, a lot of people don't want to get bullied, don't want to hurt people's feelings, or, you know, they don't want the people coming for them in the comments.
They don't want to get blackballed.
Right. But to me, I don't give a flying who, you know, I'm going to say it because y'all scary. No, I can't get a whooping. Like, ain't nobody going to take no. And a lot of people misconstrue I can't get a whooping. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all see me in the street and somebody whoop my ass.
That ain't the type of what she talking about.
Wait, if y'all see me in the street and somebody whoop my ass, hey, I box. I'm a boxer. I don't know if you know that.
I seen you in the gym.
Hey, I'm a boxer, so hey, thread lightly. But if y'all see me in the street and somebody whoop my ass, I can't get a whooping. It's not like I just can't get beat up. Like, I done got men done beat me down to the floor, broke my jaw and everything before. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm saying I can't get a whooping, it's like I'm grown. I'm an adult. Nobody not gonna pull no belt out and whoop my ass. Like, I'm grown. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, freedom of speech.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people be like, I can't get no whooping out of that. And I'm like, I box. You can go out there and get your ass whooped.
He said, I'm gonna prepare for these fights.
I box. You can go out there and get your ass whooped, but I know a little something, okay? So hey, but yeah, when I be saying like, oh, I can't get no whooping, it's not necessarily like, oh, nobody not gonna whoop my ass which I doubt that too, but it's more so like I'm an adult and it's a freedom. Like I can say nobody ain't gonna pull a belt out and whoop my ass. Now, granted, I don't try to use it to be disrespectful in a disrespectful manner or whatever like that. I just said like, y'all might be scared to say what's evident, but I'm not scared to say what's evident because I can't get no whooping. But I always used to be like, I can't get no whooping when I was little. I mean, like when I grew up, because when I was little, I got so much whoopings because I was so fucking bad. I got so many whoopings when I was little that when I grew up, I started saying, well, I'm grown now, I can't get a whooping. Yeah. I was so happy to turn 18 and 19 and not be able to get a whooping. So I'm like, well, I'm grown now, I can't get a whooping. So I can't get a whooping is something I've always been saying. I just started adding on, I'm going to say it because y'all are scary. When that TikTok thing came about, like when I started analyzing people's videos and would see that people would be basically scared to say like, I'm going to say it because y'all scary. I see like, I would watch people's videos and be like, yeah, you scared to hit the PowerPoints. Like, bitch, say what's really important here. Yeah. So I started making videos saying what's really important and it's just 3 million, 2 million, 1 million, 1.7 million views a video.
Yeah. I seen one video, I believe somebody was trying to take your slogan.
Yes, not even one, like 2 or 3. It's a couple of people. But one thing, shout out to my people, because my people ride for me on TikTok and YouTube. They don't play. They ride for me. You can't say nothing. They will tear you down. One girl, they was really trying to get her page took down. And there was another girl that really said my slogan damn near like verbatim. Word for word. Yeah. Yeah. And then was like trying to argue with the people in the comments. And they was, because everybody was tagging me like, oh, you such a trendsetter, we know it. Anytime anybody, you could even say, I can't get no whooping or something, they gonna tag me. They like, I just own a dictionary. They gonna tag me. Yeah. But that girl, she was in the comments like, oh, that is attached to black people. Like black people. Exactly. She was just like, oh, that I can't get no whooping in that. That's what black people, that's attached to black people. No, what black people you know that say, I'm going to say it because y'all scary and I can't get no. Yeah. Black people probably say, ain't nobody going to whoop my ass or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, but black people don't say, I'm going to say it because y'all scary and I'm not scary because I can get. Black girl.
It's a flow to it that is you. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like, you know, like girls, cut it out. But it used to bother me, but now it don't bother me because I have built such a huge platform and like a solid support system that I could make a video saying something and then they could come in my comments saying something and the comments they'll argue it down in the comments and I still get paid. So I don't care. And shout out to, if y'all don't know, I can't get no merch.
Shout out to the merch.
Yeah, I shop tablefor2podcast.com.
Where can they find the merch at?
Tablefor2podcast.com.
Okay. All right. Just had to make sure.
Tablefor2podcast.com.
So I want to ask you, so you had one of the viral videos about the mechanic, right? So let's go ahead and talk about the mechanic. Please explain to everybody how this got started.
Okay. The mechanic. The mechanic is my ex-boyfriend, right?
Okay.
Who I actually met at the post office 9 years ago.
Oh, what?
Well, we didn't work for the post office on the route.
Oh, okay.
I met him on Route 47.
Okay.
Then when I used to walk that route like a dog, yes. The mechanic I actually was cool friends with his mama first, and then I started sleeping with him. I don't know what's going on. But he is like a fixer. He don't really fix on cars, though. He fix on, like, dirt bikes and electronic shit, like. And so over the course of the years, like, when we started, like, when our relationship had went sour and got bad, every time we would argue, I always would, like, try to hit him with a low blow because obviously I was the hurt one. He didn't give a damn. So I always would try to hit him with a low blow. So I always be like, you dirty grease monkey mechanic. Every time we argue, even right now, like he could call me what I'd be like, what happened, you dirty grease monkey little I'd be like, you dirty grease monkey. I'd be like, you dirty grease monkey mechanic, little meat.
Oh, no.
I'd be like, you dirty grease monkey mechanic, little meat.
Yeah.
You as a grease monkey, you a mechanic. Like, that's how I always, and that was like, like that was meant to like tear him down.
Yeah.
But it never could tear him down because he always be like, you be sucking this mechanic meat. He be like, yep, and you want this mechanic meat all up, and you want this grease, you want all this grease in you, and he ain't lying. So it was like, there was another viral video where I was like, well, it was after I was like saying I was never gonna talk to him again. I'm not dealing with him no more. And one night I was going to his house. I forgot what I was doing. I think it was my son's birthday or something, or after his birthday. But anyways, we was talking because we like he look out for my son and stuff. So we was already like talking around that time. So we
Plus
was like,
he ride dirt bikes, so I know he be fixing on the bikes too. Okay.
We was cool, you know, we was cool. So I had done like called him whatever. Like since we was already cool, you know, I called him like, you know, want a little something. So I was in the car driving down the expressway. And I just picked up the camera. Like I told you, I obeyed that voice. I just be myself. That was me being myself. Yeah. I genuinely was in the car happy that me and him was cool at the time and I was going up there. So I was like, oh, you know, so I picked up the camera. I was like, oh, nothing. Off to see my mechanic. I was like, my engine has been knocking. Y'all can't hear it, but he know the sound of it. That's what I said. I said, y'all can't hear it, but he know the sound of it. That's what I said in the video. So, and then the video went viral. And ever since then, everybody want to know about the mechanic. And our relationship basically has been like off and on. It's dead now, but it has been like off and on for like all them years since then. It's been off and on for a long time. And people always ask about it. So 1 minute I'm talking to him, next minute I'm not. 1 minute I'm doing a story time on YouTube. Next minute I'm saying he a dirty grease monkey mechanic. So why y'all asking me about him? So it's just like something that everybody just like to hear about. Because I guess you know, once you bring something to the internet, like they kind of get accustomed to it. And especially if they into it or laughing or think it's funny or whatever, they kind of like get accustomed to it and stuff like that. So it's just something that I just had to keep. Now I got to tell them every time me and the mechanic into it or if we cool and stuff like that. And the world think that I'm not going to believe the mechanic, but I am. One day I'm going to wake up and I'm never going to talk to him ever again in life. Thank you.
Okay, shout out to the mechanic. So how do you know? Is it just based off of that voice in your head that tell you this is something that needs to be said? Like, how do your creativity work as far as your content?
I don't know, but I'm gonna give you this revelation because, like I said, like everything that I do, I know that a lot of people don't believe in God or whatever like that, but I do. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I just want to I feel like I need to take Him with me everywhere I go. So last year when I told you when I was going through everything, when I was so broken or whatever, I was in the shower and I was crying and I was praying. And one thing about me, when I pray, I like to be very specific in my prayers. If I want something, I target exactly what I want. And I had asked God, it was after He had told me to be myself and stuff like that. Like, I think that was maybe this year. And I was crying. I was like, you know what, God? I ask you to like grant me with witty inventions. Now, I've always been a very witty person. Don't get me wrong. I've always been a very witty person, but I kind of withheld a lot because I feel like people would like feel like that I'm too like, I don't know how to say, like I'm too like now people on TikTok and stuff, they may think pieces about me saying that I'm a bully. And you know me, I'm not a bully. No. I'm just a straightforward person. Like I never gave bully vibes. I always been like a good hearted person, but some people, so a lot of times I will withhold certain things because I know that what I do can probably sometimes come off hard or fat. Like, you know, it shock people like, oh, shit, you know, it might scare a person. Like, because my aura is so huge and, you know. Because
you being you at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm just being me. So a lot of times I would withheld a lot of things. I would not, like, I wouldn't say it. I just keep it in my mind. But you don't know, I really be saying stuff to myself and I really would laugh. Like, I literally could be by myself and would just crack up about the things that I think. But I remember last year I was in the shower crying. I was like, you know what, God, grant me with witty inventions because I know that the podcast is placed on my heart to do and stuff like that. So I just want to, you know, witty inventions. And it's like, after God said, be yourself, everything that come to mind, I don't know if you ever heard the term that says some people are what come to mind, come to mouth. That's how my mom is. Whatever she think in her mind, she say
coming out. Yeah.
That's how my mom is. But I never really kind of like been that type. I keep some shit in my mind and just laugh. And the person be like, what the hell are you laughing for? And it's just like, I'm just thinking about something that's so funny in my mind, you know? But now I'm to the point where like, what come to mind, come to mouth. So if it's something that I think, and then I understand how content work and I understand how my influence works. So I definitely say it now, especially when it's something, but I definitely say it now. But that's how I was, like, I will withheld. But now, anytime I think of something or have something going on or something, I just pick up the camera and record. And I always like to do it at, like, my worst phases. Like, I like to record content when my hair not done, when my lashes missing. Not like my vlogs and stuff on YouTube or my story times, but my TikTok, if you go through my TikTok is very it's kind of targeted. I don't think people realize that about me. But I like to record TikToks with no hairdo, missing lashes, looking a mess. I like to do that because it lets me know that I'm being myself. Because at one point I felt like I needed the makeup to make a TikTok. I needed to have my eyebrows arched. I need to go get my hair done first. That's how I was withholding everything from myself because I felt like I had to be this when I don't. You know what I'm saying? I could just be myself. Me being myself, them people don't. I could get on there with a Mr. Clean. And then people be in the comments talking about, Drika, you are so pretty. You are a naturally pretty girl. You are so pretty. I go live looking like a chicken head. And people be on there like, Drika, you are so pretty. You are so naturally pretty.
Well, some people out here that like that natural look. I'm one of them. I love the natural look.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they love it. So even when I get my hair done, they be like, okay, your hair done. But it's like I get the most compliments when my hair don't be done.
That's what they want to see. Well, I know as far as a man, when we wake up, we want to see what you look like when we wake up. Because that's when I'm going to see you the most.
I don't trust men. Men want to see anything.
I mean,
not you.
It depends on the person. I say that. But I know me, that's how I am. You know what I mean? I'd rather see you in your natural state first than dolled up. Because then I see you in your natural state and I'm like, I kind of was sold on that dolled up person. You know what I'm saying? But when I see you natural and then you get dolled up.
That ever happened to you before?
Oh, hell yeah. You want to hear this story?
Yes.
Let's go. So this is back, I was staying in Miramar or whatever. And my brother had this girlfriend that used to what's good, y'all. So my brother had this girl that he was dating, and they used to go clubbing every weekend, right? So she had this homegirl she used to go with, to all the clubs. I had a nice, beautiful, dark chick, you know what I'm saying? But every time I seen her, she was dolled up. So I was interested in what I kept seeing. So one night they come home late, and I guess they couldn't go home to their house. So they said, can we stay here? So my brother said, yo, her homegirl is going to sleep in your room. Oh, I'm excited. I said, oh, yeah, what she need? She need a towel? I get a towel. Yeah, go ahead, shower up. I'm fixing the room up all nice. I'm like, yeah, it's that time right here. So she come out the shower, hair gone. I'm talking about the makeup gone. Now she got the little marks around her eyes. Man, Drink, when I say I rolled over, put the cover over my head, and faced the wall and went to sleep.
You ain't hit
her? Hell nah, I went to sleep. I woke up, she was gone. I said, thank God. What? I ain't got to do the walk of shame out the door.
Oh, my goodness. What? Not the raccoon eyes.
She had the raccoon eyes. But that wasn't the only one. It was another girl. She was beautiful as hell, right? Mm-hmm. Same thing. Later on, I found out, I guess she was a stripper. I ain't know she was a stripper, right? But she would come over to my house, and she would always, try to hit on me and stuff like that. So, but she looked good. I'm like, damn, I think I'm going to knock her down. One day she came over. She ain't had none of that stuff on. I said, what the hell is going on? It threw me off. But it's if I would have seen her that way first, I'd have been more sold on her because this is you at your strip form.
Right.
So when you get dolled up, yeah, it's a plus, but I like you for what I seen originally. Okay. Compared to when they dolled up, it's like, oh, okay. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different way. I don't know. That's just me. Some dudes, it don't matter. They get knocked down regardless, right. But that's just me.
Well, I ain't put on no makeup today, so.
You good, girl. No. I can't tell. You look good.
No, I ain't put on no makeup. I started to because I knew it was a professional interview, but I didn't. Mm-hmm. I was just because I'm cute.
You are.
A little lip liner.
You good. You don't need all that. And I tell girls, you don't need to put all that stuff on.
You know what? I get that a lot. I feel like people just be telling me that. I get that a lot. People would literally tell me, my brother told me that before. He was like, "You're not the makeup girl." I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, I'm thinking he's just being a hater because it's my brother. Yeah. He was like, some girls actually need makeup. He was like, "You ain't a girl that got to have the makeup done." Exactly. Even the mechanic told me that before too. But who listens to a fat grease monkey? Not me. Even the mechanic told me that before too. He was like every time I would get my makeup done in the past, and he would always intimidate me so bad. He was like, "Oh, my bae look like a clown. My bae look like a clown." It was times, I swear to God, it was one time, it was my birthday, I'll never forget. It was 2017 because I went to Vegas. This is how long I've been messing with this grease monkey. It's 2024. Yeah. It was 2017 I went to Vegas and I had got my makeup done. And I sent him a video because, you know, it's my birthday. I'm thinking it's cute. He done brought me a gift because we was good back then. We was lovers back then.
2017,
yeah, we was lovers back then. And I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm cute, da-da-da. He sent me back, like, 20 clown emojis, like, a bunch of clowns. Like,
nah.
yes, like, he hated it. Like, he was just like, I don't know why you be getting your makeup done like you. And I'm like, I don't know. I think he's just, like, a hater or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then, like, along the line, like, dudes would tell me that, like, oh, why you got makeup? Like, why you put on makeup? Like, why you do it? Even if I like going to there, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do my makeup. And they'd be like, for what? And I just do it because I feel like, you know, I'm trying to be a girl. I feel like it's cute, you know. And they'd be like, oh, why you doing your makeup? Like, you're not the person that got to do the makeup. And I never understood that. But it's like, now I'd be like, okay.
Sometimes it's hard to like understand because, you know, you seeing perception of society. Society will tell you got to get dolled up. Like, there's some girls that won't step out the door without some lashes on. And I'm like, girl, ain't no man ever turn a girl down because she ain't got no lashes on.
Wait a minute.
You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Happened.
Wait a minute. I love my lashes now.
I understand that.
My lashes and my eyebrows is something that I feel like I got. Because if I don't get my eyebrows done, they start getting real bushy, real Chucky-ish. If I don't get my lashes done, they get they give real Chucky vibe, Tiffany and all that vibe. So I got to get my, you know, waxed and get my lashes. I love getting my lashes. I just love like getting my lashes done. Like, I don't have to get my hair done. My lashes, I have to get done. And I ain't even know Rapunzel. You know, even though I got those videos. I don't know if you saw those videos when I be at the Dominicans.
Yeah, I seen it. You get your hair done.
See, because I be feeling so cute. Long as my lashes, I love getting my lashes though. Shout out to my lash tech, Amore
Shout
B.
out to the lash tech.
Y'all follow her on Instagram, Mystical Mink. Shout out to my lash tech because I got to get. That's one person I got to keep near me.
Yeah, it's a good accessory. I ain't gonna lie. It's nice, but it's not a deal breaker. You get what I'm saying? Like, if that was the issue with the girl that walked in and after the shower, she just ain't had no lashes on, come on, girl. That don't matter.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go.
But it just was like, what actually threw you off, though? Like, the whole raccoon eyes.
So the hair, right? So I guess she had on a cap. And I don't know, maybe she ain't want to sleep with me. Maybe that's what it was. And maybe she like, I'm going to throw him off and he ain't going to want to bother me. But I don't think that was it. Because when she got in the bed, she still was kind of like on the trying to get close. But I was just on some, you know what I'm saying? like get off me.
Not get off me.
It was throwing me off. But
it's the way you say you put the covers over your head.
Oh, yeah. I fell asleep quick, too. I was surprised how fast I went to sleep. I said, damn, I was tired. I was that tired. And I woke up and I was in the room by myself. I said, damn, God, look at you. Look at you. You done took her away from me.
Now you don't. You need to stop, okay?
I'm sorry.
I know that girl. How do you feel about that? Like, people watching you? Because for a long time, like, I did this interview for you. Now, I'm not going to lie because I know what type of person you are.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like a lot of people be trying to do interviews with me, and I just don't feel like I'm ready for it right now. Because you see how I'm doing this interview with you, and I'm, like, extremely comfortable. I thought I was going to be tripping, voice cracking, and stuff like that. But I'm extremely comfortable only because, like, your energy, like, I'm feeding off your energy, and it's very good. But, like, I mean... Wait, because you still got me laughing. I'm thinking about it. But certain stuff, I don't want to do interviews. I feel like people going to ask me certain questions that I really don't want to answer because I know people be watching me. Like, so, like, with your podcast, you don't feel like she watch you?
What, the girl?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, but, hey, you know, I live in a bubble now. I be in my own world.
Right.
If she see me, it'll probably be on site. But, you know what I'm saying? You know, God... All good, you know, blessings to her and whatever she got going on in her life. Maybe she married, who knows? You know what I'm saying? You know, but, you know, at that night, when that happened, yeah, that cover definitely tapped the top of my head. I said, yeah, and that it hit me in the top of the head and I went to sleep. I said, oh, yeah, there you go.
With me, I ain't gonna lie, I be nervous because, like, so many people watching me. And I don't know what it is about me, but I cannot, like, grasp the concept of, like, people watching me and, like, who I am. Like, you see how before we started, you was telling me, like, I watched you. Like, I know, like, I watched you and you are really going up. Like, you know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, it's just a normal another day. Like, it's like I can't really grasp the concept. But then when I'm out, like, this past weekend, my homeboy had passed away. So we had his funeral services and stuff.
Rest in peace.
And everybody was just quoting something I said on TikTok, something that they watched off me off my YouTube. Even this dude who I used to talk to, this YN. You know what YNs mean.
Yeah.
Even this YN where I used to talk, this boy told me he got a fake TikTok. That, yes, he was like, I got a fake TikTok and I be watching you on there. And it's like, I haven't talked to this boy since like the pandemic. What are you doing? Why? And it's like,
why are you hiding? Come on out.
I know, right? But it's so many people that watch me, and sometimes it's like, damn, I be trying to tread lightly on what I say, but at the same time, like, this is me. Like, this is my reality now. So, you know,
yeah.
But I know, like, those people who, because I'm about to get ready. I have a series right now on my YouTube channel. Y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. You make
subscribe,
sure
hit that notification
y'all
bell
subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a series right now where I'm doing Campers Chronicles series. So it was me in a camper with this boy who is not the mechanic. With this boy who is not the mechanic. It's just a whole mess. You have to really be on my YouTube to get all the tea. But like, it was just me, like, this series of us like doing grown-up things in the camper. But it's like, it was like, it's just like a very fun experience, right? And I be talking about it on YouTube, and I just be thinking to myself, like, what did this boy find my YouTube? Because somebody played on my phone the other day and was calling my phone private saying, I hope your new mechanic better than me. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it was the original mechanic.
Oh, no.
The new mechanic. I don't know who it is.
Oh, God.
And it's so scary because it's like everybody watching me. Like, damn, like everybody watch. It's like I have to really tread lightly with what I'm doing and what I'm saying these days because everybody watching.
I feel like regardless of that, though, regardless how far you go, don't change what works for you. I will say that. Because a lot of people, they start to change things up and then they start to realize, like, damn, man, I ain't getting the same trajectory. But it's like you said, you had that voice that told you what to do. So you can imagine if you didn't listen. Or you did it for a little bit and then you say, you know what, I'm going to go do something completely different. And then you might not see the same success. So whatever working for you, keep going. At the end of the day, they're going to accept you for whatever you do because they know based on how you said it, you say you'll do a live and you'll have like your hair any kind of way and stuff like that. So they know that's you at your core and natural. You get what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about being you in the beginning because they will accept you going forward. You get what I'm saying? So of course you're going to change, you're going to grow, you're going to do things a little bit different. But as long as you are you and your core followers is going to always grow with you.
Right.
So
that's good. I think the following that I'm building right now, like I like the fact that I feel like they are very genuine. Like I feel like they're very genuine. A lot of them are very genuine. But I do worry that like once I do become like bigger and be successful and I can't really give like them like all the attention that I could give them now because I'm maybe like booked and busy or, you know, maybe getting caught up doing other things or like, you know, I do fear that a lot of them going to be like, oh, I used to watch her, but I don't watch her no more because I listen to that a lot. And I try not to be listening to so much negative, but when people talk about like big YouTubers and bigger content creators and they be like, well, I used to watch her, but I don't watch her no more because she got that house now and she just thinks she just changed her attitude and or she just that. And I do fear that people are going to start doing that to me, but it's like in the same sense, what am I supposed to do? Like I'm supposed to just sit on my grandma's porch going live for the next 20 years?
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah, unless you're going to make an artificial porch.
Right. Let's make a
just
fake
build a little area that's like a fake
No,
porch.
because why I used to be lying. I don't know if you ever seen it live. When I used to be lying saying I'm in South Africa. Whenever I used to be in the background, I used to be saying I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. So people come on the live and be like, hey, what city or state are you in? I'd be like, oh, I'm in Johannesburg, South Africa. And they'd be like, oh, I like the cars and stuff. He said, y'all don't see the giraffes in the background? I be saying, wait a minute. I used to play and be like, wait a minute, y'all, I gotta go put the lions up and stuff.
Oh Lord.
So like they fell in love with that, but I'm worried that like once I become like successful, because just imagine like I know what's next for me. Like I'm getting a new podcast studio, and just imagine that's gonna be big, and you know it's gonna be some people that I probably just can't give all that attention to, and like I'm not gonna be the same person. I'm not gonna be Drika that was just going through hard times and was just on live being funny all day. Now, am I gonna like stop my lives and stuff like that? No, but it's just gonna be like, you know, certain relationships I can't expose and certain stuff, you know, I can't just be, I wouldn't want people to be in my business, but I do worry that sometimes people are gonna switch up on me. But I just always pray to God that, like, it won't hurt my feelings, you know? Because if my feelings don't get hurt behind it, I'll be okay. But a lot of times, like, my feelings will get hurt behind stuff. And then these people are people that I love because I feel like they started with me from ground zero, you know? So I just always pray to God, like, hopefully they don't hurt my feelings. Like, just make sure you just keep my feelings out of it. You know? So I'm a thug. I thug everything
Can't
out.
Get no whooping.
Right, because I can't get no whooping. I thug everything out. But I am coming to this space where I'm like respecting my emotions and my feelings, because I used to do a lot of stuff off emotion and feelings, snapping, going crazy on a mechanic. And I just feel like now I'm coming to a space where I like kind of like try to honor and respect my feelings and what I'm feeling and like sit into it. So I just hope that like it don't hurt my feelings when, you know, the time do come, because just think about like 2025. I don't know if people gonna be able to get me on an interview like you was able to get me on an interview by then without paying some money, because it only gonna get bigger and better from here, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just hope that those people don't change up on me.
Well, if they do, just know they're not the core. They're not the real core. The real core people is going to change with you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people, you can't take everybody with you. You know that phrase. You can't take everybody with you. Some people going to fall off, and they're going to say, there will be some people that was like, yeah, I used to watch her when she used to always be on the porch. You know, after, like you said, after a while, I stopped because she stopped being on the porch, right? But you're going to have that core people that was like, yeah, I was watching when she was on the porch. I watched her when she got that new house. I watched her when she did that episode in South Africa. I watched it, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be people that's going to follow you regardless of what you do. And those are the ones you got to focus on. I even tell that to people that are artists that are trying to build a following. And they think of like, oh, okay, I'm trying to get 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers, 1 million listeners and stuff like that. But if you're focusing on everybody, you're going to lose sight of your core, the people that are actually messing with you for you being who you are and what you do. And if you focus on that, you're going to be as big as you want to be. You just got to keep focusing on that. You know what I'm saying? Once you start looking all over the place, you know what I mean? People get lost with you.
That's how I kind of been doing now, though. Like, people will ask me a question. Like, so a lot of times when people want to grow their platform, they'll ask me a question like, oh, how do you grow, whatever like that. And my advice to people be, like, my number one advice is, first of all, there's nobody that got a heaven or hell to put you to. There's nobody. Anybody out here that don't like you, don't, your mama, your daddy, nobody can't put you in heaven or hell. When it's all said and done, they can't put you in your placement. Where your soul gonna go at? Not with them. You get what I'm saying? That's one thing that I always tell people. And then on top of that, I always like to encourage people and let them know, like, how do I want to say this? Because I be trying not to curse so much.
No, I got you.
You know, like, I always be trying to, like, encourage people and, like, let them know, like what's for you is for you. And, like, your calling, it has to be your calling. That's, for example, people ask me about, like, Pulu, like, how do you have a kid in the 9th grade getting A's and B's and stuff like that? And I told them, one thing I do not do, and I always vow not to do, because I am so wise and understanding enough to know what messed me up, I don't live through him. I don't force him to do nothing that he don't want to do. And a lot of people feel like it's like you trying to be your kid's friend and stuff like that, but it's not true. I don't force him to do nothing that he don't want to do. I force him to be respectful and to honor his peers, but I don't force him to do nothing that he don't want to do. For example, I love football. I love football. I'm literally flying out in a couple of weeks to a Monday night football game in Arizona.
Okay.
Just because I love football. And that's something that I always said, when I do become successful and get myself to where I can do that, I'm going to start doing it because it's something that I can genuinely do for myself. Pulu used to play quarterback, running back really good. He doesn't like to get touched. He a water sign. He don't like to get touched. He not used to getting beat on and all that. He not used to all that. You know, at home getting fussed at and all that. So he didn't like it. I started realizing when he turned like 7 or 8, he had asked me and the mechanic to buy him a basketball goal one time for his birthday. And he got the basketball goal. I had to call the mechanic to come put it up and stuff. And I would see, he would go to football practice and come back and go straight on the it'd be 9 o'clock at night. He would sit outside and just be on the basketball goal. And I started realizing, like, damn, I'm forcing him to do something that I like. I like football. He don't like football. He want to ride a dirt bike, and he want to play basketball. And then it brought me back to the times where when I was younger, how my people was always forcing me to do stuff that I did not want to do. I had to stay at home, babysit my great-grandma, do that. I couldn't go to the park. I couldn't do stuff that I actually wanted to do, and how bad it made me feel. It made me feel extremely bad to the point where I told you I was so bad, they started Baker acting me.
Yeah.
I started running away, not caring about nobody, because I had got to the point where y'all ain't finna let me do shit anyway, so I'm going to get in trouble with anyways. You know, that's how I was thinking. That was my mindset. And I was 12, 13 years old. That was my mindset. And I didn't want that for my kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't let him just do what he want, but I just feel like I just let him live his life. Like, I'm not his God. The calling over his life, I had nothing to do with that. Like, you know, the Bible said, I knew who you were when you was before you was formed in your mother's womb. Yeah. And it's like, he has a calling over his life already that I can't put him in heaven or hell. I'm his mother, but I don't have a heaven or hell to send him to. He already got his calling over his life. So I just feel like I just want to see out like see him do like whatever it is that he want to do, enjoy himself and stuff like that. And I always try to tell people like, you have to do what works for you. Like
That's
me,
facts.
I'm doing what I'm doing in life, what's working for me right now. Like, a lot of people feel like, oh, why you don't know? Even for a long time about like me not working at the post office no more, for a while that was like embarrassing for me until I started realizing like, I was doing that shit for y'all anyways. Like, I didn't care. Don't get me wrong, I was good at my job. You know that. I was extremely good at the job. They was begging me not to go north to be in management, but I genuinely was not happy there, and I could never understand why until now. Now I understand why, because I genuinely was not. If the post office was still for me, I would still be there. Trust me, if that was a part of God's plan for me, I would still be there. And then I started realizing, like, damn, when I thought back on it, I was doing something that I did that because my grandma, my uncle, they veterans, and this one was working on this job for 100 years, and, oh, you going to get this pension, this retirement. And they 70, 80 years old. They don't know nothing about content creating or being famous or making money the way I'm making money now. Now they know a little something because everybody got their hand out, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't understand this and know this. So I always be trying to tell people, like, you literally have to do what is working for you. Now, content creating and all that stuff is not for everybody, because sometimes I watch some of y'all's stuff, not yours. I'm speaking to the camera. Sometimes I watch some people's stuff and I be like, this is boring. I do. Like, for example, it's one thing I do. I don't think I told my YouTubers, but something that I do is people that support my YouTube, whenever I see them commenting and stuff like that, I click their page, and if I see that they doing something like trying to do a little content and stuff, I'll go watch it. Or they trying to do story times and stuff like that, I'll go watch it, and I sit there and watch it. I can't tell you how many times I had a 2x speed of video. Like, because it's just like it's kind of like they don't have no personality. They just be boring. Like, I like it, like, just be yourself. It's like they be withholding, and you can always tell when a person like withholding. They be like, guys, so I wanted to tell y'all this. And it's like, in their mind, they probably think about if they mama gonna see this video, if they grandma, if somebody gonna be, it's like it's too scripted. Like, they reading from the damn paper. Like, just say it. Like, just say whatever the story is about. Like, just say it. And my story time's actually going up on YouTube right now because people feel like they really be calling me like the GOAT. They be like, girl, these stories are getting better and better by the week. Like, your storytelling is crazy. And even I had a big content creator. She got like 3 or 4 million followers. She had made a video about me, and she was like, y'all don't understand that, like, a lot of y'all not like her. She have the gift of gab. Y'all don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's true. And my auntie had told me that already too. So I sent the video to my auntie. She was like, but I already told you that. Like, so it's like a lot of times people, a lot of people just need to go to work.
That's facts.
A lot of people just need to go to work. I don't mind going to work, even though I had issues at the post office not going to work. But hey, I don't mind going to work. You know what I mean? If I got to go work at Popeyes, then hey, I was doing Instacart all last year. You know what I'm saying? Some people just need to go to work, But some people do have gifts and talents that they are like hiding back on, because a lot of people, you will be surprised like how many people ask me for advice, and then when I ask them why they won't do it, they always, oh, I don't know. It's because this, I need to get my hair done. I need to get my makeup done. I'm trying to do this edit. I'm trying to do this. And, I don't want people to say this. And then, another thing people worry about a lot is the comments. They always be like,
worry about that.
People in the, them comments, if they was saying this stuff to me in the comments, I'd be like this and I'd be like that. Bro, let me tell you something. Anytime a hateful ass person come in my comments just being flat out hateful or saying something, now I be blocking everybody. Shout out to Jackie Aina, because I be blocking everybody now. But now I literally picture people like sitting in a bed under dirty ass covers with like a bunch of dirty clothes in the corner, like spider webs in the corner of their room, because what is it about you that probably sneezing from allergies or something? Because what is it about you that is making you want to come comment something so nasty towards the way I look or like anything on my videos? Like, you have nothing to do. Right now, me or you, we don't have no time to go be commenting on that, because we are occupied. We are doing something that's gonna like grow with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? We doing something with ourselves.
Leaving a legacy.
Right. The other day I was getting my hair done, and the girl who was doing my hair, it was a comment had came to my phone, because I was showing her something on the phone. It was like a comment on TikTok had came to my phone. And I don't know if, I forgot what the comment said. I really don't be paying attention, but I forgot what the comment said, but I read the comment to her. And she was like, how do you deal with that? How do you do that? And I showed her, I said, blocked.
Yeah.
How the fuck these people don't know me? They don't know shit that I got going on. And just imagine everything that I told you that I got going successful for myself right now.
Yeah.
That stuff, like, I'm literally working on like 3 different projects, as I told you.
Mm-hmm.
If not 3, if not all, one of those are going to make me a multimillionaire. Mark my words. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of those projects are going to make me a multimillionaire. So if I be so focused on what somebody in the comments saying that's probably couldn't even, because sometimes people in the comments talking, I'd be like, these are literally people who had to sit at the table and eat all their dinner before they could get up and couldn't say a word. Now they got a cell phone and a job to be able to pay their phone bill, and they want to go troll on the internet because they can talk now. But me, I'm going to say it because I'm not scary and can't get no whooping. I always been saying it, so it don't bother me. Like, you going to get blocked and you going to get on because you ain't stopping no motion over here.
That's facts.
And people always be so worried about, like, oh, the comments. Sometimes I make videos saying controversial stuff. Like, I say a little something knowing that they going to come in the comments. But what they don't understand is that the comments is what gets you paid.
Yeah.
I love when people come in my comments and argue. When they argue, that's my favorite thing about social media.
Yeah, because then you start seeing multiple numbers behind that
right,
one comment.
Like, you know, when they come and argue, no, it's not even about that, because people don't realize with content creation, like, when people come in my comments and argue, that wherever that RPM at, especially if they arguing like that same day I drop the video, that money just be going up, because it's so much engagement on the video. And next thing you know, the next day I'm getting a notification saying update on your video performance, all because y'all was sitting in my comments arguing. You think I care what? I be trying to tell people, like, why do you care what people in the comments saying? People in the comments don't know me for real. They don't know my story, my backstory. Like, they don't know me for real. I always tell people, well, I don't want to curse so much, but I always tell people, you could talk a saw in your mouth. I don't care. I don't care. And I used to care. That's how I'm able to sit here and say this, because I used to care. I used to be that. Remember, before I started obeying the voice of God, I used to be that way. Like, I ain't gonna do this, I ain't gonna do that, because then I'm gonna be arguing with these people in the comments. Then when I swear, I take that with me everywhere I go. These people that's in my comments don't gotta have no hell to send me to. And a lot of them, they come in my comments trolling when you're not busy, because if you were so busy and had so much going on important in your own life, you would not even be seeing my video come across your FYP, because you would be so busy in work, entrepreneurship, being a mom, whatever it is. You would be too goddamn busy. And then even if sometimes I have today I had an extremely busy day, and I sometimes scroll because, like, you know, my supporters will tag me in videos, and I scroll, you know, to try to save videos to keep up that I could watch it later on in the night. But even then, I be so, like, trying to wind down and tired and got so much to do for the next day. I don't have time to sit in the comments and troll. I want to either make a video to make somebody laugh, or watch some videos that's going to make me laugh. I'm not going to sit there and be talking about what this person got. Like, you won't believe, there be so many people behind these fake pages. And I tell a lot of people, a lot of them be y'all friends. Believe it or not, a lot of them be y'all friends and y'all and people that y'all actually know that be in them comments saying that slick stuff to y'all that just be hating. One last thing I do want to say, though, to the people. When it comes to, like, posting videos and stuff like that, and content creation and stuff like that, a lot of people feel like they be embarrassed of, like, they friends, stuff they friends gonna think and stuff like that. And one thing I do want to say is, y'all friends don't be bold. That be the issue. Y'all friends don't be bold. A lot of people friends will say to you, like, oh, why you made that video? Or they probably will try to, like intimidate you or say something about you making a video. Oh, you doing you made the little videos. You did a little video. You made it up. I always try to add that little, oh, you doing your little hair content. Oh, you doing your little makeup content. Oh, you making that little video. Oh, you doing them little videos on TikTok. Oh, you doing them little videos on YouTube. They don't be bold. That's why everything seems so little to them. See, when people talk to me, I listen. I pay attention. Whenever I hear somebody saying, oh, you doing your little videos, that I already know you're not a bold person, because a bold person that would know, that's understand what I'm doing, they'd be like, oh, yeah, you doing that, Drake. Like you. Yeah. You in a business. You understand what I'm doing. You watch from ground up. So it's like, in your eyes, it's like, I need Drake on the podcast. Yeah. Drake doing that. You thing. Understand that. You ain't looking at me like, Drake doing them little videos. You ain't looking at it from that eye, because you actually can see what's going on. Other people that's not bold enough to pick up a microphone, pick up the camera, pick up the chair, sit in front of a camera and talk to people and say, well, I'm going to say it because y'all scary and I'm not scary, because they don't be bold. They don't be bold. So to them, that look like little stuff, because they don't have it in them to do that. Yeah. So you can't let people be like, oh, you know, be worried about what people say. Oh, you doing your little this, you doing, even I don't give a fuck if it's your grandma, aunties, cousins, uncles, whoever. I don't let nobody look nothing I got going on. I just put up a post today on Instagram with my event. And I said, this is not her little party. That's what I said on the caption. This is not her little party. This is her big event. Ain't no little nothing that I do. Nobody not gonna look girl anything that I got going on, especially when I know this is coming from ground zero. and a humbling space. And I'm putting all this, like, I'm doing this with nothing but me and God on my side. Ain't nothing gonna be little about this, especially after I literally done lost everything and had to be made new again.
Started from the ground up.
It's nothing little about all this is big girl stuff. And it's the fact that I'm bold enough to be able to share my story. Because a lot of people, you gonna hardly meet people that's gonna be able to get on the internet or get on a podcast and say, yeah, I worked at a job for 9 years and lost it. The condo I had, the car I had, everything, I lost everything. But see, me, I understand my calling and I know who I am. I know who I am. I understand my calling. I understand who I am. And I understand, the aura and what I carry and what I bring to the room. So it's nothing for me to, I lost all that. Sit back and wait, because yes, I lost everything. I had nothing. I was sitting in the car crying, doing Instacart, watching the game on the phone. This time last year, I literally was driving my auntie car, license suspended, driving my auntie car up there in like Boca and stuff, doing Instacart. I went up there because they got the good tips.
Yeah, they got that money out
right, there. Right, the good tip. They tip you up there. And then I used to love to do on Sundays because they watch football a lot and stuff like that. So I was driving and I would have a game playing in the car, like on my phone, while I'm driving down the street. And, being a mail lady, I can guess addresses. That's one thing about it. You could forget them addresses so easy. And then when you're doing something for so long, it's just come to you. That's just come from like the post office experience. But I would literally just have the phone there watching the games and stuff like that. And that was 365 days ago. This year, I'm getting ready to fly out to a Monday night football game just because. If I get so caught up and focused on how they feel about this little thing, you doing your little podcast, you doing your little this, you doing your little that, I will miss my mark. I ain't trying to miss my mark. You know why? Nobody ain't got it heaven or hell. When my time is up, these people who talking about my little, they ain't got no placement for me.
That's facts.
They soul's gonna be lost. Shit, I want my soul to be like, I don't care. No, this. So that's something that I do want to say to the people, because a lot of people ask me that all the time. They always be like, how you able to do it? People, they lose their jobs, they lose their houses, they go through divorces, and they feel like it's the end. They be scared to even that's why people be so depressed. They lean on drugs. They lean to relationships that they shouldn't be in because they don't understand they calling. They don't understand who they are. They don't want to go to God. They don't want to fast. They don't want to pray. They just want to sit back and suffer in what all these people around me gonna think. What everybody around me gonna feel like this. And everybody around me. Right. And that's how I was at first. At first, when that first was happening to me, I was caught up in it. Once I snapped out of that, everything changed for me. Once I snapped out of what all these people got to say and how they feel, everything. And the bitch started saying, oh, you don't work at the post office no more? You don't got the car no more? No, I don't got it. And sometimes they were asking, it's like, I just don't got it. Like, what explanation do I owe you? It was to a point where I used to feel like I had to tell people, oh, no, because I got something else going on now. I got this going on now. I got that going on now. Nah. I don't be telling people no, I just don't work there no more. What happened? Yeah. And they be like, oh, well, you look good. You thought I wasn't going to look good? I look really good. I actually might look a little better. I got my teeth done and everything. I actually might look a little better. But I don't be telling people I don't feel the need to have to prove my point because like I said, I understand my calling now. So I don't feel the need to have to prove my point to everything. No, I don't work there no more. No, I don't. And I used to get so mad and defensive, and it's that's what the people knew me for. I was working there for umpteen years. And it's that's what the people knew me for. So now when I be so now I just be free no, I don't work there no more. But I'm done got so popular now that people already see what I'm doing now. But I be no, I don't work there no more. I don't have that car no more. I'm not in that relationship no more. I don't have that condo no more because people knew I had the condo way up top and everything. I had it all going on for myself. And it's no, I don't have none of that no more. But what I have in store is 3 times better. But it's not nothing for me to sit on a podcast and brag about. It's just something that I need to keep as sacred between me and God because that's what he blessed me with. That's what he got for you. Restored me with. That's what he cleansed me and made me whole for so that I can live out now, what he wanted me to do. And I'm glad because I'm so much happier now. I feel so happy now. I
love that for you.
Even with me not having, even though I'm actively working on getting a place and stuff, even with me still not having my own place and stuff, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy because it's dang, God is really so good. Look at all this and look how he's seeing me through everything. Everything I touch right now is turning into gold. Everything I touch right now, as long as I do it from a good space, it turns into gold. The other day, I was so stressed out, and I was like, oh, my God, what am I doing? I'm so stressed out. I don't know how this is going to work out. And it was just I was stressed about my promo video. I got to get money for this. I got to do this. I got to do that. Yeah, I'm making money, but I'm investing all the money. I got kids. I got so much to do. And I literally right hand of God. I got on my knees and prayed. And when I got up off my knees the next day, so much, I got a call. Yeah, you could use our shop for free. All you had to do is just give us a shout out. You could use our shop for free, no problem. Oh, yeah, you could do this, no problem. It's like my next morning everything was no problem.
That pathway was open up for you so you can get to where you're trying to get to.
Everything was like no problem. So it's like everything I'm touching, I turn it to gold. So I just be like, so that's why people can't be embarrassed of because the story is the most important part. And I feel like me having all that stuff and losing that, I love to talk about the post office because that's where I was at once upon a time.
That was part of your journey.
I lost everything. Right. It was a part of my journey. It was just the core, like that molded me into being like who I am now, having all that, losing all that. Now I love to talk about it. People probably be like, damn, I'm so tired of talking about the post office. But it was one point in time I was embarrassed to talk about that. But I do it because there's people in the world that's like that too. They have jobs for 15 years, lose their jobs, marriages, especially in marriages. People be so embarrassed about getting divorced and what everybody else got to say and stuff like that. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No, that probably wasn't your husband anyway. You only married that man because everybody in the family said they liked him.
Yeah, and it's like I said earlier, like sometimes you feel like your life is falling apart, but sometimes it's falling into place of what you need it to be. You know what I mean? You don't know what the big picture is. You got an idea, but your picture may be different from what his picture is or what he got in store for you. So sometimes you got to brace yourself and go through that turbulence. You like, Lord, I don't know where we going. Like, I don't know where we going. Take the wheel.
Listen, I was really on the turbulence, boy. I was so, last year, it was a rough ride, baby. I'm talking about that was one more spirit ride right there. Because that was one more spirit. I was going, like, bruh, it's like I couldn't catch a break. It went from everything from the police, and they was going to the post office, and it was like this dude, and then it was like I couldn't keep up with it. Like, I literally felt like I was just drowning, and like I didn't know what was going on with me. Like, I remember it was one day that I woke up. I hope I don't cry. It was one day that I had woke up, right? And I hope I don't cry because I don't really want to cry. But it's like I'm crying I'm just happy that I'm not at this space no more. And it was one day that I woke up and my heart sunk. I woke up and my heart sunk. Like, this how bad the devil was playing on my intelligence when I was and I already had lost everything. I still was going back and forth with the thing with the post office about the attendance and all that. Yeah. But I was already saying I was going to write my letter of resignation because I already see what was going on and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I had got to a point I didn't even care about the post office no more. I didn't care what they did because I was just like over them anyways. I had woke up and my heart had sunk. In my mind, I had said to myself, like, damn, I'm up again. It was so bad, I didn't even want to wake up. Like, that's how bad it was. I'm serious, like, and I don't even really want to cry. It was so bad to the point where I didn't even want to wake up. Like, my heart sunk. Like, I didn't even want to wake up. And to see what, like, my revelation now and what God brought me to and how the devil, like, really play. That's why I say I have to do my podcast. I have to be able to talk to the world. Like, I have to be myself because with being myself, there's a group of people out there that's only gonna understand by way of hearing through me or my story because they know my story. And now when I say stuff to them, they can understand it. Even when I do videos on TikTok, people be like, "Can you make a video about this?" And I'll be on live and I'll be like, "Y'all, people already made a video about it." They be like, "Yeah, but I like when you make the video because I can understand you more." And to think about, I was that same person that woke up and didn't want to wake up. And I don't know if you know that song when Beyonce was like, I used to wake up some days in which I say this, like, I went to bed on top of the world. Today the world's on top of me. It was in a Fire and Temptation song. I don't know if you know that song.
Nah, I don't know that one. But
like anyways, but that's how I was. I experienced that like firsthand. I woke and I was in my little cousin's twin size little bed. I'll never forget. Yeah. And they had to go to school. So they up 6 of them in the morning, beating on the doors, knocking on the doors, coming in the room, getting their stuff. And I woke up and my heart sank. And I was like, it was like I was waking up like, damn, I'm up again. Like, I was wishing, and then I wasn't on drugs or nothing. I wasn't doing no drugs or nothing. So, you know, people they do drugs, they sleep all day. Yeah. So it's like I wasn't doing no drugs, no nothing. All I was doing was like watching different sermons and like doing Bible studies and stuff like that, trying to figure out my way. But I just woke up and I was just like, damn, why do I have to wake up again? Why did I have to wake up again? And it's like, nah, I'll be waking up like, okay, God, I don't know what I'm gonna do today, but put me in the path of the people that I need to be in, put the people in the path in my pathway that need to be with me. And like it's like I'd be so excited to wake up now. Like, hey, I gotta go to bed, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, I gotta get in the bed because I gotta wake up tomorrow, you know? And just to think about, I was that person that I did not want to wake up. Like it's not scary, but it's just like, damn.
Yeah, you hit rock bottom is what they say. But see, you going through that, you speak to someone that has probably been in that spot or is going through that, and they know that, oh, well, if she got to that point and was able to turn things around for herself, I can do it for myself. You know, rock bottom puts you in places where it's like all the people that maybe have been supporting you or been around you before, it all gets stripped away from you, and it's just you by yourself. And you have to look at yourself in the mirror and really reflect on, okay, where I'm going from there. You know, what's going on? Like, what's up, what's down, what's left or right? You know, just show me the way, and you'll be surprised how that turns around. So anybody who's going through that, if you ever woke up and you felt that way, or you felt like nothing is going right in your life and everything is going wrong, sometimes your life is falling apart to fall into place.
And another thing I learned in my process too, whatever is bothering you the most, like stuff like that, like why would I not want to wake up? I feel like that type of stuff be the trick of the enemy. Because, like, I don't live my life trying to get an enemy a lot of credit because you are nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like stuff like that be the trick of the enemy. Because what is it about me that's so special that you want to make me feel like I don't even want to wake up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What is it about me that's so special that the enemy wants to make me feel like I don't even want to wake up? You know what I'm saying? And I was telling, like, I always share this with my people on YouTube, how there was a point in time where I was scared to actually talk because I felt like I had a very shaky voice, like cracky voice. And some people would be like, why it sound like you about to cry? And it's like, I would not be about to cry, but it would make me embarrassed because it's like, I don't know. And then I'll record a video and listen to myself and delete the whole video because my voice got shaky. And then I started realizing, like, I'm not about to cry. I'm just talking because I mean what I say. Yeah, like it's just passion. Like I'm just talking because I mean what I say in the video. And then it was like to a point where like I didn't want to make no videos because I'm like, my voice too cracky. Like people gonna think I'm about to cry. You know, my voice too cracky. But then when I had realized that you see what's happening for me right now? All this is happening off my voice. I'm not doing nothing special. I'm not doing makeup. I'm not doing videos with putting no hair on my head, doing no nails, nothing. Everything that I do every day is talk. I get on with it, make a think piece, talk, tell my story, do story times. All that is, everything is my voice. And I had to realize that my voice was the power. It's my voice that's the power. So now here come the enemy. Oh, your voice too shaky. It sound like you about to cry. People gonna pick on you because they think, oh, well, bitch, I maybe need to shed a tear. Yeah. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with sharing a tear. And so it's like, now I'm at that space where, like, even if I'm about to cry, sometime I'll just go ahead and cry. If I feel, that's why I told you earlier, I'm at a space where I'm feeling my emotions and honoring, respecting whatever it is that I feel, my emotions. But before, I literally would not make a video because I feel like, then I had to realize that that's the enemy. That's how he played. My voice, think about it, the podcast was placed on my heart to do. I feel like that's something that's naturally in my calling, you know what I'm saying, to tell my story. So I can't get on there and just be on the mic. They ain't gonna read my mind. Yeah. So I have to talk. And in order, if I listen to the enemy say, oh, your voice cracky, they gonna talk, they gonna laugh at you because it sounds like you about to cry, I never get to where I'm supposed to be. It's people in the world that I'm supposed to heal with my story. It's people in the world that I'm supposed to touch. It's people in the world that's going to be like healed and that's going to stop themselves from suicidal thoughts just how I'm talking. It might be somebody right now watching us or watching me on live that's listening and they probably feeling like, dang, I was at this place. I was here. I was there. But I'm not bold enough to get on this podcast like she said or get on the internet and tell my story. And say it out loud, yeah. I'm glad she is because, dang, now I feel like I can walk away from certain things. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do it. I don't have to feel like this because this ain't the ending for me. It wasn't the ending for her, so it ain't the ending for me. You know what I'm saying? I have to use my voice. That's my power. And the enemy came right along and say, well, your voice too shaky. It's too cracky. People gonna laugh at you. Everybody gonna think you about to cry. Even now, people sometimes leave comments on my videos and be like, oh, why it sound like you about to cry? And I coming back and I said, well, maybe I am. You got some tissue?
No, for real.
I'll be like, well, maybe I am past the tissue. Past the tissue. Because if I am finna cry, what you gonna do about
I
it?
ain't gonna lie, that sound like some good content. I'm trying to figure out like what it would look like on a shirt or something
What?
like that. Like pass the tissue. Like
Yeah,
basically,
pass
yeah.
the tissue. If I
Yeah.
see, that's what you were saying earlier. How I be coming, I just be coming up, just be talking off the
Yeah.
dome. If I am finna cry, okay, pass the tissue. It's okay. Like I can cry. That's normal. That's probably what's wrong with me. That's probably why I'm so effed up now, because I ain't cry a lot. Like they used to beat the hell out of me. I stopped crying. You know.
Yeah.
I probably need to cry.
You got some backup tears. That's
Yeah,
what,
I
some backup tears.
probably just need to cry. You know, like I don't know. It's crazy. But I also got. I don't know if you've seen the viral video when I be talking about the lobotomies.
The lobotomies.
People be asking me to put that on the shirt too. Yeah, because I be like, y'all need lobotomies. Everybody crazy. Everybody crazy, including me. I'm the first person that need a lobotomy. But
Lord.
everybody crazy. I was thinking about putting that on the shirt, but I don't know. Somebody might try to take that. But
yeah, I mean, you might have to do it for somebody else, do.
yeah, I was thinking about doing the lobotomy shirts. But pass me the tissue shirt. You can have that one. But, I be telling people, pass me. So a lot of times, back to my point was that, like, whatever it is that you don't like about yourself the most, because a lot of people be like, I don't like my voice. I don't like my hair. I don't like my eyes. I don't like this. I got to put on makeup. Whatever it is that you don't like about yourself the most is what you're the best at. Like, I love to see content with people. Like, it's this girl who got like hair, half of her face like hair and stuff like that. I love to see content with people like that. I love to see content with people with flaws and they like posting they stuff and post. I love that. Like, cause it ain't nothing like that boldness. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like that boldness. It just being yourself. It just walking in who God created you to be, because you don't know who that's healing, who that's touching. Sometimes it inspires me. I be telling a girl, I just told a girl how she inspired me. She was doing Bible studies. And I remember me and her started like doing TikTok around the same time, and we would talk. And shout out to her. Her name is Squeaky Sister. She do Bible studies on TikTok. And I like her Bible study real good. But before, she used to just be on live with like 3 people. She had like 4,000 followers, like 4,000 followers. She had like a couple of viral videos, and she just would go live all the time. Like, hey, y'all want to do a Bible study with literally 3 or 4 people. And I come in there, like the live, get the live to like 1,000, 2,000 likes and stuff like that to show her some love. And I kid you not, now this girl got like 50, 60,000 followers. And her Bible studies be like 1,000. The other day I went in her Bible study, it was like 2.3K people in her Bible study. And she kept going. And I sent her a voice note and I told her how it's stuff like that that inspires me, because even though I get a lot of attention now, I just think about how like it's people out there who don't get the attention that I'm getting that still keep going. So on days when I feel like, oh, shit, I'm going to stop, I'm not gonna do nothing today, that I think about people like her. Like, that girl had 3 people on her thing and she still kept going. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna sit down, lay down? Like, I haven't made a TikTok video in probably like a week, but it's only because I literally been invested in my business. I've been really been busy, and plus I've been on YouTube. I've been doing a lot of YouTube content, so it's not like I'm just not doing nothing. But it's those people that have like those small videos and stuff, that's who I watch. That's who inspired me. People always be like, who your favorite TikTok and stuff? And when I say the TikToker, they be like, who that is? Because it's never going to be your big TikToker with 3 million, 4 million followers. I'm always watching the smaller people. Sometimes I like people video and they'll hop in my DM like, oh my God, I'm fanned out. I can't believe you like my video. I can't believe, I reposted somebody's video the other day. He made a whole video. Oh my God, y'all know that girl who be saying I can't get no whooping. She just reposted my video and posted like how I reposted his video. But those are the people I watch, because those are the people that I'm inspired by. The people that can do it without nobody watching and not getting no attention, they can still find like strength in themselves to do it. Those are the people that I watch because they inspire me. I'd be like, damn, yeah, I remember when I was there. Yeah,
that's that real
commitment. Keep going. Yeah, like, keep going. Even on YouTube, I'm not gonna lie, I watch a lot of sports podcasts on YouTube. But every chance I get, I watch small YouTubes. I always watch a small YouTube, and then I leave a comment, and they be like, oh my God, it's really you.
Yeah.
I be like, these people really think I'm famous.
So where can they find you at?
Right now, I want everybody to find me on YouTube. I don't know what it is about YouTube. I just really, really just want my YouTube to grow. I don't know why I just want to be like this YouTuber. But I feel like once I rebrand the podcast, I feel like my YouTube is really going to grow. I feel like it's really going to grow. But like I'm at that phase like the girl like Squeaky Sister, my good girl Squeaky Sister. Well, I'm just starting off small right now. But like I really desire for my YouTube to grow. So if they want to find me, subscribe to my YouTube, Table for Two Space Podcast. If they actually want to find me. That's what I really want to grow. Like they'll see me on TikTok and Instagram, but I would prefer for my audience to be transferred to YouTube because TikTok is kind of getting toxic.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
It's kind of getting toxic. It's like I seen somebody said TikTok is Facebook 2.0, and I have to agree.
It's getting there.
TikTok is definitely getting toxic, which is probably why I haven't made a video in over a week. But I still need to go make a video. But I really have, like, when I do YouTube and upload on YouTube, I really get a thrill. Like, it's really like a passion for me. So I feel like once I really rebrand the podcast and just keep going, like, I could really get what, because I want to, you know, I feel like I could be up there with Club Shay Shay. I don't know. I may be doing a little too much.
You on your way.
But I feel like I could be up there with Club Shay Shay. I feel like I could see that, like, up there. I was on Club Shay Shay Live the other day here, like 200K people in the live. That was after the whole Michelle thing. Yeah. But it was like a lot of people in the live. Please. That just grind my gears when he was saying that. Like, oh my goodness, like, why are you saying this? Like, shut up. But yeah, I feel like I could do Club Shay Shay numbers. I don't know. I feel like once I rebrand my podcast, I really feel like I could do Club Shay Shay numbers. Yeah. And I like Des and Jada got their podcast now, the Act No podcast. I like that too. I feel like I could do good numbers. I just really have to just do it. So I really want everybody to find me on YouTube.
Yeah, hit that notification bell also. So anytime she got a new post or she going live, you got to catch the lives. You're going to get that notification straight to your phone. You just hit that link and go right to it. All right. And also hit the notification bell and subscribe and follow A2A Podcast on all platforms. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok. We on all platforms. And if you need any podcast help, hit up the AV Club Studios. We got natural lighting, 4K cameras. And if you need help as far as structuring up your podcast, exactly what you want to talk about, we got producers too.
Y'all, it's really nice in here. I feel like I'm in presidential suite.
Thank you again. I appreciate really nice you coming on.
It's really nice in here. And it's so crazy because I really have been denying people podcast requests. Like, people are asking me to do podcasts. It's just that I don't know. I just be still feeling so nervous. And then I told you I'm still like actively struggling with actually realizing who I am, you know?
Yeah.
It's like everywhere I go, somebody know me and stuff like that. Like, I'm still like struggling with actually knowing who I am. And it's like with me, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, I want to stay who I am, you know? So it's like, I don't want to snap out of this, like I'm maybe a influencer, celebrity, or whatever the case may be. I don't want to snap out of that mode because I still want to stay who I am. But it's like with me, I don't really understand it. And a lot of times too, I feel like people don't be doing stuff genuinely. Maybe because I know you and I know you're a genuine person. Even though, you know what I was thinking about? Remember, because remember I had more seniority than you by days.
Yeah.
And I used to always give you the bad part of the handout.
I'm like, it's all right. It's cool.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know about that. Like,
you used to just be like, oh, all right, whatever. It is what it is.
Go ahead, take
yeah,
what you
so
want.
I kind of felt bad. Loki, I was like, I got to do the podcast. I was like, I got to do the podcast. I think we had the same seniority date.
Yeah,
but I had a higher score than you.
Yeah.
A higher test score than you.
Yeah.
Because remember we used to be like, oh, what if you got the same seniority date? But I had a high test score on my test when I took the assessment. And I think I was like in a 90-something. So I used to get everybody the bad pieces that had the same seniority date as me.
But I would try to get that early. So whatever the second best piece is.
Yeah. I'd be like, okay. Yeah. And then I look out for you on that, but you can't get my part.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I'm splitting around. So I kind of felt bad. I was like, yeah, I got to do the podcast. I remember I used to be giving him them badass handouts.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, like, you coming on, like, it's done a lot. Because I've been in the journey of my YouTube and building each different platform that I got going on. And so it's like, watching your journey, like I said, like, I always like to study. I like to, okay, if this is the field that you're trying to get into, you got to watch what everybody's doing and learn. And it's not necessarily say to replicate what they're doing, but to figure out what is you in this. You get what I'm saying? What is something that is natural to you? So, like, for example, I see you go live, and I'm like, okay, well, what live will look like for me? You get what I'm saying? And then I do my research and figure out, okay, what's some things I could do on a live that I can do my own? You get what I'm saying? So that's my advice to anybody that's trying to get in this industry, whether you're a content creator or artist or anything like that. You got to look and research and see what works and figure out what is that for you in that realm. So that's all I got.
Sure. I agree with that one.